Oh my goodness. Happy Friday. I'm Natalie. Welcome to my channel. Happy Friday. Fridays for me are very, very busy days, but I did not anticipate for work to run over the way in which it did. And, they always say there's like no lawyer emergencies, but that's not true for public defenders. So hello, everyone. Hello, one and all. My name is Natalie. I'm a criminal defense attorney. It is Friday. It's nice to see all of you that are here. Please make sure that you take off your shoes, get comfortable, and like the video. That way, the algorithm knows that you are present and accounted for. Child, the way in which I very safely but expeditiously had to get here from work, take Jazz out, make sure Susie was good. Thankfully, Brandon had already been here in the middle of the day because, he works for himself, so he can come and go as he pleases. And he had already done like the midday checks for all the pets. Woo-hoo. What a day. What a day. Please let me know that you can hear me and you can see me. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Dominique. If it's winter, that means that you're in Australia, because I know you guys are just the opposite of us and you're like a day ahead and you're always in a different season than we are here in the good old US of A. I have had a day. I have had a week, and I'm going to unwind with you guys. I've got my water to hydrate myself. Matter of fact, let me get a sip of that first because that would be the most responsible thing to do. I've got my Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc. This is not the correct wine glass for this wine. I don't care. I just grabbed what was front and center for my glassware. Child, it ain't even chilled. I do not care. Okay? We're here. We're live. We're ready to go. Oh, now, there's been a few of these AITAs where I'm like, I don't think the writer's really the a-hole. But with this AITA, that is our icebreaker. Willful suspension of disbelief, guys. Don't know if it's true or not, but it's a thought exercise that gets us. Cheers, everyone. Let me toast you all. Cheers. We made it. It's Friday. We made it. Okay. I'm hot, but I'll cool down in a second. I literally was running up the stairs, picked up Jazz out the crate. Well, no, she wasn't in the crate. I picked her up out of the bedroom, threw her outside. She runs her circles around the house. I took care of Susie, got Jazz back inside. Jazz wanted to play, got her upstairs. Woo woo. It was a lot. It was a lot of running around. Okay, so today's question for AITA, which is our lovely icebreaker. This gives everyone a chance to get in here. And at 361 people at 3 minutes and 20 seconds, that's pretty impressive. Thank you all so much for sharing your Friday evening with me. Some of you are getting off of work. For some of you, this is your afternoon. For some of you, this is Saturday, but you are here and you are with us and you are always greatly appreciated. And if you could just be so kind as to like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you are so inclined, I welcome you to become a member. Oh, speaking of membership, here, let me take this off of that. Okay, squirrel brain, 1 second. Let me take this off of that. The last rose of summer, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. She says, thank you, Natalie. Your videos have been helpful in knowing how to assist my dad in his counsel as he faces battery charges. I am glad that I can be helpful, and I hope the best for your dad. But remember, this isn't legal advice. I am a lawyer. I am not your lawyer. So whoever your dad has, hired or who has been appointed to your dad, please defer to their advice and their wisdom when it comes to the case, because that attorney knows the law. They know the judge. I'm assuming they know the jurisdiction. So that's who you really want to listen to. But I do hope to give you guys an entree into what the justice system looks like from an insider's point of view and empower you to be able to go forward and speak to counsel in a knowledgeable way. Last rose of summer. Thank you very much for that lovely super chat. And before we got started, Prentice Jones became a member of the Lawyer Chicks. welcome, Lawyer Chicklets. Welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets. For the more masculine presenting people who are so inclined, they call themselves the Roosters instead of the Chicklets because they don't want to be called Chicklets. Although I always stress that Chicklets are. What's happening? Why am I hearing my own voice? Hold on. My phone. See, I told you I'm a mess. I didn't even know my video was playing on my phone. I didn't even know my phone was in my pocket. I just hear my own voice coming at me from somewhere. So, you guys, the reason I'm breaking this out is that if you become a member of the Lawyer Chicklets very, very soon, I mean it because I invested in this, we will be doing a members only stream. And I've already got one of the components to the members only stream. It just came in the mail today. Let me show it to you. And as soon as I get the second component, okay, so that's the first component. Not the first component, this is a component. It's probably like the seventh, I think. I think it's like the seventh one, the second to, or the ninth, something like that. It's a flight of 10. And this is the bomb beyond, let me do it like a beauty influencer. The bomb beyond insanity. Okay, so I got that. That is, I think, the hottest one in the Hot Ones flight, but it didn't come with the Hot Ones flight. So I had to get it separately and I got it on Amazon. So now I'm waiting for the Hot Ones flight to come. Let me see, when is that supposed to come? Let's see what Amazon says, or as my lovely friends in the UK say, Amazon. See, that doesn't sound like one of your bones. But why I have 3 bones, a squishy toy, and you're choosing a piece of plastic. I don't even know where you got that from. Oh, dog logic, guys? Okay, dog logic. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. They changed their format and now I'm discombobulated. Okay, here we go. So my stay spicy flight for Hot Ones is supposed to be coming on June 26th to June 27th. Okay, and today is June 23rd. So sometime after June 26th to June 27th, we'll be doing the members only stream. I'll have some vegan wings because I don't eat chicken just because I don't like it, not because I'm a vegan. We're going to have some vegan wings and this, and I'm going to answer your guys' questions. Hey, sweet LD. Hello, Baltimore. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to answer your guys' questions and I'm going to try these as I answer your questions in the live members only stream. So it will be members only. And I'm a big lover of hot sauce, but I've heard that this doesn't even taste good. Like it's just nasty and super hot. And I'm very much looking forward to trying it because I'm not an adventurous person. Like I won't be going down in a submersible, for example. Like even if I had $250,000 to throw away, I wouldn't be doing that. I will not be going bungee jumping. I will not be going skydiving, but I love some spicy food and I will eat something super spicy on a dare. I've done it plenty of times. And so I'm really looking forward to this. I think that I have a secret DNA code because I'm Jamaican. my parents are Jamaican. So I think I have something here that will let me withstand the elements. Famous last words, okay? Someone says the bomb doesn't really have flavor. It has pain. So if you want to see me sometime after June 26th or June 27th, if you want to see me suffer while you ask me questions, become a member of the Lawyer Chicklets. Okay, membership is $2.99. I thought it was 99 cents, child, and I got to make a 99-cent level if that's possible. I tried to make it the cheapest one, so I hope there's a 99-cent level because I thought that's what I had, but I'll have to go back and fix that. Ooh, they say I'm gonna be sweating. I'll make sure to wear something light and airy. Piece of the puzzle. Thank you for the super chat. For Jazz, a plastic water bottle in an old sock. Thank you. That sounds like something she would love. Thank you for the super chat. Very, very, very. Lunaria, it's Wagwan. Very, very, very accurate. Jazz loves a water bottle and she loves a stinky sock. Sticky socks are not safe from you, huh? You want this box? That's more of a cat thing. Do you want the box? Yeah, just forget the 2 bones that are like specially formulated for your safety. Go ahead and eat a box. Good for you, girl. Good for you. All right, we're here. We're getting those new members in, and I'll be acknowledging you guys throughout the stream or at the end of the stream, depending on how the flow goes. Let's get back to AITA. Am I the a-hole? Okay. So if you guys want this to be bigger, let me know. You know what? Let me just make it bigger. Because who cares about my face, you know? Okay. AITA for mocking my friend's husband's weight. My 22 female best friend, Jenny, 23 female, just recently had a baby with her husband, Tom, who's a 25 male. My boyfriend and I got to meet their baby boy for the first time last weekend when they came over to our flat for dinner. We have a hot tub on our balcony that my parents gave us for Christmas last year, and I had told them to bring swimwear so we could go in after dinner. My boyfriend wasn't up for it, so he held the baby while us three got ready to get in the tub. Jenny was the last person to get changed. She came out of the bathroom in a bikini. I thought she looked amazing, really happy and glowing. But Tom kind of laughed and said something about her still having some weight to lose before she'd be as attractive as she was before her pregnancy. Oh, see, I was ready to hate you, writer, because I was like, don't talk about Tom's weight, don't talk about anyone's weight. But Tom started it. I was a bit stunned by that comment. And even though Jenny didn't say anything, her smile disappeared and she looked obviously uncomfortable. She and I had talked about her struggling with weight gain during her pregnancy. And I thought Tom's comment was more than insensitive. I got angry because I started wondering what he might be saying to her in private if he was comfortable dropping lines like that in front of other people. So I responded with, "She just had a baby. What's your excuse?" Mm-hmm. The dude has a hefty, let me say that line again. The dude has a hefty beer belly and a double chin, but thinks he can joke about a new mom's weight. He got really defensive and told me that I need to learn how to take a joke before stomping off to the hot tub. Why is it a joke when it's on your girlfriend or your wife and not a joke when it's on you? Jenny chuckled at my comment and I thought that was that. But when they left for the night, Tom pulled me aside and told me to keep my nose out of other people's business. Tom is verbally and emotionally abusive, and he doesn't want you to interfere. Let me stop giving my opinion. Let me just read. Let me just read. I'm getting hot. Because you guys know the weight thing is a thing for me, honey. I don't hide that. That weight thing, that gets on my nerves, the way people put such emphasis on it. So, woo, okay. I don't think I was entirely in the wrong, but my boyfriend told me I shouldn't have reacted at all because it really wasn't my business. And I think Tom's reaction speaks for itself, and it makes me wonder whether I might have been the AH in the situation. Am I the a-hole? Okay, I'm not looking at your guys' comments. I'm just going to give you my own opinion, and then I'm going to look at your comments, read some of them, and then put the poll up, okay? So, let me just say this. Let me divert my eyes from the comments. Let me say this. At first, I was going to say that you are the a-hole writer because I don't like when people comment on people's weight, period. But if you think commenting on weight, Tom, is so funny, you should be able to take it when she dishes it out. But it's not. And it's always the people that talk so much crap about weight that you will find, if you just scratch the surface a little bit, they have an issue with their own weight in some way. They might have recently lost weight. They might have a fear of gaining weight, like a serious fear, and it just permeates their life. And anyone that doesn't live the way that they think you should live, or hold on. Jazz is moving the thing. Honey. Okay, let's get this over here. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, that's a little better. Almost. We're almost there. We're almost improved. We're just gonna, boom. I'm just trying to get it away from her without drawing her attention to it. She wasn't purposefully touching it, but that's enough of that. Okay. Okay. All right. So anyway, and I don't like the angle that it's out, but it doesn't matter. We're here. We're here. If you have such a problem with weight, sometimes that will express as, I want everyone to have the same problem with weight that I have. right? And so I am, of course, I don't believe in health at any size. I don't believe that that's true, right? I don't. And I do believe that you should try to be as healthy as you can be. And it's been a long time struggle of mine. But I also do not believe in commenting on other people's weight unless they invite such commentary. Like they're like, hey, does it look like I've lost weight? Does it look like I've gained weight? How do I look in my weight loss journey? Like something like that. But if you don't get that type of inquiry, and especially because he is the cause of her weight gain, she had your baby, your baby, and you're going to make fun of her for doing what comes naturally to the body, which is to put on weight in order to sustain a fetus and then to feed it later on afterwards. A pregnancy is a life-changing, forever changing thing to a person's body. You can snap back, but your internal organs are still out of whack, so it does something to you that no one can ever understand unless they have been through it, right? And it takes a while for your body to first recognize it's not pregnant anymore and then regulate itself, and then you have to eat a certain amount of calories to breastfeed. It's a lot, okay? And unless you've been there, you should not comment on it. And especially if you're the reason for it, and he knows that she's insecure about it. Of course he does. That's why he was poking at it, and he's insecure about it too. So I think he's the a-hole. And I think your boyfriend or husband needs to shut up and back you in this situation, because I don't think you're wrong at all for telling him that he's being hypocritical. Because unless you're, The Rock or something like that, and I see The Rock being more supportive of bigger people than I see bigger people being supportive of other bigger people. I'll never understand it. But anyway, I think it just comes from a level of insecurity on his own part, and she poked the bear. She hit him where it hurt. And it's what he deserved. It's what he deserved. He deserved it. He had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming all along. We're going to fix this camera because Jazz knocked it and then I overdid it in trying to fix it. Maybe that's a little bit better. Okay. Woo! Her man should have backed her up for sure. Okay. So let me look at what you guys think. Is the writer the a-hole? I'll take some of your comments. Yeah, that camera move was creepy. It was just it just slid, Tom is a DB. Absolutely. We all know what that is. A feminine hygiene product. That's what Tom is. That's what Tom is. Not the a-hole. If Tom can dish it out, he can take it just as good. He needs to put on his big boy trunks and suck it up. Big boy trunks and suck it up are doing a lot of work in that sentence, because some could say that that's a quadruple entendre, right? Big boy trunks, acting like a big boy, but also he is a big boy. And look, Tom, ain't nothing wrong with being a little plush, having a little bit of pushing for the cushion, okay? So stop hating yourself and in turn hating the woman who's attracted to you because you hate yourself. That's what a lot of it comes down to. When those guys and girls make fun of the looks of their significant others, it's because they don't like themselves. They don't like themselves, and so they can't respect the person that's attracted to them because they don't find themselves to be attractive or worthy of love. That's what it is. So Tom is a self-hater, and he needs to keep that to himself and leave homegirl alone. I don't even know what you're chewing now. Is it fun? You enjoying it? No, you can stay there. You good. You good. Better you there than here. Okay. To be fair, it was in defense of someone, NTA. You want me to stay out of your business. Don't put it under my nose. Exactly. You know what, too? If you're going to disrespect my friend in my house, I get to tap in. You're tapping me in. Once you disrespect my friend in my house, you're like, oh, Natalie, come on and intercede. I wish one of my friend's husbands would say something out of whack like that. Oh, please do. Because we're going to verbally tussle. It's going to happen. I thought you were at sea with all that motion. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it did just no, when she was chewing on something and her body is wiggling and it just wiggled it to the side. It was really, really weird. Jazz is my camera pooch. Absolutely. My psychic powers removing the camera. You guys got so distracted by that camera move. I love it. I love us so much. You guys are just like me. Squirrel. It takes a year to recover from giving birth. That's right. 9 months or to 10 months to be pregnant, but a year to recover, sometimes more, depending on what happened. Like you rip your, potentially, you could rip your, like, perineum is the correct word for it, but you know what I'm talking about. You can rip that area. Like, come on. Marta says she's 19 years postpartum. I still have baby weight to lose. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Darn kids. Good for you, Marissa. I said Martha. Marissa. Good for you, Marissa. Hey, boo. Nice to see you again. I've done it so many times, not even at my house. I can't keep my mouth shut. I try, but my face says it anyways. I'm just not one of those people that's going to let my friend's man disrespect them in front of me. And maybe that's why it hasn't happened yet, because I make that very, very clear. I'm her friend before. I don't care nothing about you if it were not for her. So if you do her wrong, you and me are going to have a problem. I don't care. Like, and I'm so nice to my friends' significant others, and I'm friendly and I'm your friend, but I'm her friend first. And if you ever do anything to hurt her, I'm not your friend no more. In fact, I'm your enemy. That's how I get down. Hey, Ashley. I don't play those games. I do not play those games when it comes to my friends. Okay? I'm a real, when it comes to, like, I'm a small circle, super loyal type of person. And so, and also I have a family of friends, meaning that, like, a lot of my family are my friends. And so I don't play that stuff. Oh man, I got a copyright claim. I didn't even realize that. It's from like 2 days ago. I haven't handled it yet. Sorry. I should have been handled that. It shows you how much I pay attention to the back end of YouTube and like the YouTube analytics and stuff like that. I'm so bad at paying attention to that. 1 second. Let's get this poll up, guys. Just give it a think. Give it a think. Is this person the a-hole? I haven't. And listen, if you're the person, right, who thinks that writer is the a-hole, first of all, kudos to you for being an independent thinker. Secondly, tell me why. Tell me why. I want to hear a good argument for it. Well, dang. 1 second. Okay. I tried to double task just now. Multitask, not double task. And it was a fail. So let's not do that. Let's just go back to what I was originally doing. I literally just had a moment sitting here forgetting I was on live trying to troubleshoot something on the back end. And I was like, you cannot do that. You cannot do that, girl. The way my brain is set up this evening, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day, and I'm dealing with a bit of vicarious trauma, something that you may not know about. So, like, it happens on the defense and prosecution side. We have to look at stuff just as a part of our job that is traumatic, right? And it's recognized in our industry that it's a thing, and it's called vicarious trauma. And sometimes, like, it can just traumatize you just looking at certain things that you have to look at for work. And so right now I'm kind of dealing with that, and so I'm trying to perk no, perk yeah perk. I'm trying to perk myself up, but then I started thinking about the other type of perks, and I was like, is that the right phrase? Am I really too deep in my job? I can't even remember how to speak anymore. No, I'm trying to perk myself up. So I'm working on it, guys. Just, it was a bit traumatic today. No one's fault other than just the nature of the job, and having to do it wholeheartedly, which I do. But I'm a little shook. I'm not gonna lie. All right. I always like to say, who is the a-hole in this situation? Is it the writer? Is it the the husband of the friend? Is it the husband of the writer? Is it both guys? Not because they're guys. I'm not, but they just happen to be men. This is not like some type of misandry. Is that the word you guys like? This is not some type of misandry. It just so happens that the two potential a-holes are guys here. Both guys suck. Okay, those are the polls. Okay, so that's the AITA. Thank you all so very much for being here. We have 801 people already at 25 minutes and 36 seconds, which, if you ask me, is pretty darn successful. We haven't even hit 30 minutes yet. Okay, we haven't even hit 30 minutes yet, and here we are. Look at us. Okay, I'm really proud of us, guys. And so the way that you can let the people know that we're here is to be so kind as to like the video. Like the video. All right, I'm getting us queued up on the back end here. Just give me a moment. Let me put on my headphones. Woo, guys, I'm telling you. Tell me a joke. I need to laugh. Maybe we'll do, not right now. Don't tell me a joke right now, but at the end, maybe we'll do that because I need to laugh. It's been a day, and I'm just an overly emotionally honest person. I'm just not the type of person that can like, oh, I'm doing great today, and everything is crumbling on like behind the scenes. Like if everything's crumbling behind the scenes, you will know it from my face. I just cannot hide it. And so like today was a little tough. It was a little tough. Just from viewing what happens to other people. It's really sad. Woo! All right. We're in here, my friends. We're on the back end. So far, 65% of you are saying both guys suck. I did not expect for both guys to get that much heat. But of course, the husband of the friend as an individual at 34% is mostly the a-hole. There are 832 concurrent viewers, 197 votes. While we're starting this, you guys can go ahead and get your votes in so that your voice will also be counted in the AITA. Yeah, guys, it's not that I'm not feeling good, right? It's just that I'm a bit traumatized. I'm a bit triggered. I'm a little triggered. Okay, let me turn this way so like I'm looking at you. Okay, and Jazz is having a great time. I don't know about you. So let me make sure that you can see me. You can. I've got my headphones in. Let me check my audio. Just to make sure it's coming from the right place, because sometimes it doesn't. Okay, great. We've got that. And let's go.
All right, let's take up Miss Green. And how do you pronounce?
Sorry. This original video is Old Squishy Gardens, Old Squishy's Garden, and they are here on YouTube. I usually have the video already in the description box by the time we start, but I forgot this time because I was rushing. So I will put it in the description box when we're done. Yeah, let's go.
Pronounce your first name. Is it Karis? Cirrus?
It's Karis.
Okay. We are on the record in 2022, CR 136, State of Kansas versus Karis. Is it Juana? Juno?
Juno.
Juno, like the, okay, Juno Green. Karis Juno Green. Miss Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
I know if you're watching this on the replay, you're so tired of my interruptions, but I just must say, thank you very much, Cora Savage. I really appreciate you for the extremely generous $150 super chat. Thank you so much. Take yourself to go to the spot, guys. Actually, Cora, you Nostradamus, you. Okay, you're quite prescient, as someone called me this week. I am going to the spa tomorrow. So I have a massage appointment tomorrow. And then I'll be on Runkle of the Bailey, and we'll be discussing new ballistics decisions in the appellate court of Maryland. Very like techie nerd stuff that's very, very close to my heart in the legal space. So I am going to be taking care of myself tomorrow. Take yourself to the spa. Thank you. Go out to dinner with your husband, whatever you need. Just do what will restore you. Thank you for what you do, for your passion, dedication. I appreciate you so much. I was not expecting that. I was not anticipating anything extra, but I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. And if you've given me a super chat or you've become a member and I haven't yet put your name on the screen, don't worry. I will. It's going to be acknowledged in the stream. Thank you all so much. You guys are amazing.
Attorney for the state, Ms. Green, in person and pro se. Okay, does Ms. Green still have an outstanding warrant? Where are you, Ms. Green?
If this was a gentleman who just nodded his head, she has an outstanding warrant. That's not a good way to start. Okay.
Yes, she does, Your Honor.
Ooh.
Okay, where are you, Ms. Green?
In Alaska.
This is not Alaska. How do you have a warrant, but you're in another state? This is Michigan, right?
Do you know you failed to come to court?
Yes, I do.
Then you shouldn't be out of the state.
Why did you fail to come to court?
Well, honestly, I got mixed up on my days, and when I looked at when I was looking, I looked down on my phone and I saw that it was the 13th, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the 13th, and it was hours has passed because I forgot about the time difference too, and so I called the person.
I'm sorry, did I hear that right just now? Hold on. Maybe this is Kansas. Where is this? This is Kansas. Okay, not Michigan. Hold on one second. Did I hear that right just now? Hold on.
Mixed up on my days, and when I looked at when I was looking, I looked down on my phone and I saw that it was the 13th, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the 13th, and it was hours has passed because I forgot about the time difference too, and so I called the person I'm supposed to check in with every week, but she didn't answer. I'm assuming because it was probably too late, and I just
Okay, so on August 22nd, you posted a $7,500 bond with us. Who's Cynthia Miller?
That's my mom.
Okay, you just cost her $7,500 by not coming to court.
Oh no, poor mom. Yeah, that's true. So when someone posts a bond for you or you put your own bond up, it's to assure your appearance in court. They lose the money if you don't come to court. The court will keep the money if you're picked back up on the bond. The only way you get the money back is if the person comes to every single court date, and then no matter the outcome of the case resolves by way of a plea or a dismissal or a trial. And then the person or yourself who put the money up, you get the money back. So, oh, you didn't do that to your mom. Did you take off to another state? What in the world?
She's going to lose that.
There's no way that
And that was a cash bond, it looks like, with the paying party authorizing the money to be paid to the costs of the case. Then post another bond on September 13th. Let's look at that. No, that's probably the same one. Yeah. Yeah, you were supposed to be here September 13th and you didn't. So same bond, but that's for the forfeiture of it.
Oh, it sounds like more than one date she failed to appear in court. And it's your mom's money? That's messed up, man. Come on. How are you going to do your mom like that?
Then you had a failure to appear warrant. And now we're looking at motion. 5 days ago, there was supposed to be a motion for judgment on bond. Was that heard and granted, Ms. Gillette?
November, it's scheduled for November 18th at 1. The forfeiture is scheduled for November. That was the date that was given to us.
Do you get the impression that maybe it was a big deal to forget court, Ms. Green? Okay. Well, you haven't had your reading of your rights and charges since you failed to come to court when you were supposed to.
Oh, Miss Green, this is terrible. And it's not only disrespectful of the court, you're disrespecting your mom. I don't know if maybe her mom is rich or something, but I'm not. I can't think of my child doing this to me. This is so disrespectful, Miss Green. Oh, no.
So let's go over the charge. You've got a pretty big charge here. It's in count 1. You're accused of unlawful possession of the controlled substance methamphetamine.
Ooh.
That is a level 5 drug felony. If you are to be convicted of that, depending on what your criminal history is, you could serve at least 10 months, up to 42 months in the Kansas Department of Corrections, which we commonly call prison.
Kansas. Ooh.
Okay?
How much time is that?
Months in the Kansas, at least 10 months, up to 42 months in the.
Oh, so there's a minimum, because I didn't understand that. So it's a minimum of 10 months to 42 months. 12, 24, 36, 42. So 4 years. 10 months to 4 years in jail for possession of meth. Wow. It's a lot of time you're looking at, and you don't start off good when you don't appear in court, because then it looks like you're not going to be suitable for probation. It's not good.
Kansas
Oh,
Department of
Miss Green.
Corrections, which we commonly call prison. Okay, up to 42 months in prison.
Oh, no.
Is your hair more important than your prison sentence?
Oh. Ooh. Ooh, the judge is not pleased. Judge is not pleased, and I get it. Ooh, woo. You know, she could be fidgety because of the meth, to be honest. And it makes you a little fidgety. But aside from that, she's trying to cover up that tattoo, and that was a bad decision. Either way, do I have your attention is what the judge is saying. You're so busy adjusting your hair. I'm a big hair player. I do that. I play with everything. I touch everything. But are you so busy touching your hair and looking at yourself in the camera? Are you getting the fact that you're looking at 4 years? 4 years in prison? And you don't show up for court? The judge wants to know that she has your full attention. Dang.
Okay, because you seem like you're distracted with your hair, and I would expect you to be attuned to this prison sentence that you're looking at of 10 to 42 months. You're also looking at a potential fine up to $100,000 if convicted.
Ooh.
In count
4 years on a felony drug possession, I think tracks pretty evenly with Maryland. $100,000 fine. What did she say? 100,000 or 10,000? Sorry.
10 to 42 months. You're also looking at a potential fine up to $100,000.
That is what she said. $100,000. That is excessive. We get like 10,000, I think, is the max on a potential fine. Gosh dang. They're not playing in that state.
$1,000 if convicted.
Oh my God.
In count 2, you're accused of unlawfully possessing drug paraphernalia in the form of a glass vial, hollow pens, syringes, rolling papers, and a glass smoking pipe, possessed with the intent to either contain, conceal, inject, ingest, inhale, or otherwise introduce a controlled substance into the human body.
Wow, their statute's a bit draconian in my opinion. Now, I'm all for respect of the court. I'm all for that, right? So appearing in court when notified to do so, I'm all for that. I'm not quibbling with that part. But again, the $100,000 fine, probably no one gets that, but that seems excessive. And also, they have a separate statute for the possession And then the intent to use, of course, if they're possessing it, they're gonna use it. There's usually an enhancement for possession with the intent to distribute, but they have an additional enhancement for possession with the intent to use, or a separate charge for that. And that's just silly to me. What else are they going to do with the drugs? Either they're going to sell it or they're going to use it. They usually don't save it for a rainy day. You know, I'm not quibbling with the judge here. I'm taking an issue with the statute. What in the world? It's just excessive. Just more ways to stack up more time on people. Now, remember, you might disagree with me, and you're free to do that. But remember that I'm a defense attorney, so I'm always thinking of things from a defense attorney's perspective. Homegirl isn't but all the more incentive. Crazy laws are all the more incentive to get your behind to court. You know. Goodness gracious.
This is a Class B non-person misdemeanor,
Okay.
which means after you get through with your prison sentence, you could be ordered to come back to the Greenwood County Jail and serve another 6 months and pay another fine up to $1,000. So do you have any questions about what they're
Dang.
saying you did and what the possible penalties are that I've gone over with you?
So basically, you can get an additional 6 months on top of say you got a maximum 4 years, which again, that's unlikely. You have a crazy record. You don't listen at all. You're disrespectful in court, then maybe 4 years, but usually not for man, was it necessary to bite me? I don't think it was. But usually they're not going to get, but either way, whatever sentence you get for just the possession, you can get an additional 6 months for indications of use. Now, I will say in Maryland, there is just the possession of the paraphernalia. It doesn't matter what you intend to do with it. But like, say you have crack. I think we're deep enough in the stream. They're not going to demonetize me for saying that. But say you have crack, right? That's one crime that carries more time. And then say you have a crack pipe. That is also something that could carry time because it's the possession of the paraphernalia. So maybe it's just more akin to the paraphernalia and they just word it as, paraphernalia that indicates that you intend to use it.
Do you intend to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
Applied for court appointed.
Good girl.
Do you work?
Oh, wait. No. You don't work. Your mom is putting up your bail of over $1,000, $2,000 some odd dollars, and you don't appear in court. It's just wrong. We hit 1,000 viewers. Yay! Celebrate. Thank you guys so much. You're amazing. I appreciate you. Husa! You're just making this day so much better. Honestly, if all you can do is like the video, I appreciate that. And that's if you're watching this on the replay as well. If all you can do is like the video, you don't have to do anything else but that. I appreciate you. Thank you.
No, yeah, I've been actively looking for a job though.
When did you start actively looking for a job?
When I got out of jail.
And when was that? September?
August.
It was August, wasn't it?
It was August 27th, I believe, or 28th.
Okay. And you went straight back to Alaska?
Yeah.
Are you living with someone there?
Yeah.
Who?
My mom.
Your mom posted bomb for you. Oh, 7,500, not 2,000. Oh my gosh. Your mom posted a $7,500 bond for you and then wants you to be in Alaska. I don't believe that her mom's in Alaska. I don't believe that. Or she's with her mom in Alaska. That doesn't make any sense because that's not a good investment.
I thought your bond, well, never mind. Okay.
Okay, that don't make any sense.
So your mom is supporting you. How old are you?
24.
What's the highest level of
Girl.
education you have?
Some college.
How much?
First semester.
Did you pay for that out of your own pocket?
I applied for the FAFSA grants.
So you got federal grants to go to college
Yeah.
and then you dropped out after the first semester?
No, I'm still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't start until you were 24?
I was 23 at the time when
And
I
what
applied.
are you studying?
I'm studying criminal justice.
Okay. Well,
I don't know this young lady from a can of paint. I don't know her from a hole in the wall, but I don't believe her. And if you out there in the world are interested in a career in the criminal justice field, and that could be so many things, if even if you've had contact with the criminal justice system, don't stop pursuing your dreams. See whatever the prerequisites are for your preferred field. If you want to be a paralegal, does your state require some type of paralegal license? Does that license prohibit you if you have certain convictions? Check on that first. Like if you want to be a lawyer, I know if you have certain convictions, you can't become a lawyer, but other convictions, maybe you can, like a DUI or something like that. It might be difficult, but it's not impossible, right? It depends on the state. So I'm not downgrading her simply because she has a substance abuse issue allegedly and she's had contact with the criminal justice system. That doesn't mean that she can't someday be a great advocate in the criminal justice system in some way. I'm just saying that the way she's presenting herself right now, I don't believe anything that's coming out of her mouth. It may be aspirational, it may be what she wants to do, but she can't even be in the same state that her court is in and doesn't even remember to come to court. I don't think that that's the case. I don't believe her. And you guys can quibble with me if you want, and I'll take the criticism, but I'm not saying that she can't do it. I'm just saying it doesn't look like she's doing it right now. It looks like she's struggling with something else, and I don't believe what she's saying.
I will appoint an attorney. Missy, do you know who that will be?
No, I do not.
All right, you call back here
You're not
Friday
Miss-
to my office to find out who your attorney is.
May I get the number, please?
Yes, Missy, can you give her the number to call, please? Call Friday, find out who your attorney is. Then call that attorney.
Okay.
For me, it's very annoying to appoint an attorney and then the person doesn't even have the ambition to call. So be sure and call the attorney and be ready to go for your next court date. And Missy, when is her court date?
November 18th at 1:30.
November 18th
Okay.
at 1:30. Be back here with your attorney.
Okay.
Now, we have to decide what to do about that warrant.
Oh. I mean, it was too it was too early for the judge to just let it go. But I was like, oh, maybe she'll just let it go and see if she'll show up in court. That's the hopeful public defender in me. I'm a very hopeful person. But no, she's gonna, she has a warrant. She did miss court previously and she was out on bond. So what are they gonna do with that?
And make you turn yourself in there in Alaska. But you don't want to have to make the sheriff pay to go get you.
Okay. I like this judge.
Maybe they want to go there. It's a lovely place, I'm sure, this time of year, but
I really like this judge. She might come across as a little gruff, but she seems to really be nice and caring.
Gillette, what's your thought on that? On the warrant?
If the warrant's lifted, I would like her to call court services each week so that we know where she is.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
you have a position on whether it's lifted
Fair
or
enough.
not?
If it's, I'm fine being lifted if she calls court services every week.
Under Sheriff Cox, does your office take a position on what to do about that warrant?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay.
Ooh.
I am
Ooh.
fine
Ooh.
with you and Miss Gillette lifting that warrant, but I would like to see a $50,000 OR bond where she turns herself.
OR, is that like our PR bonds, which are on your personal recognizance, or unsecured bonds? You're not really putting up the money, but if you don't show up, you'll have to pay that money if you don't come to court. I wonder if that's what their OR bond means.
Into local law enforcement,
Mhm.
and that way we know exactly where she is.
Okay.
Because I have information that she's actually in Pueblo, Colorado, not Alaska.
Ooh, girl. Why did you do that? How do you know?
Pueblo.
Yes.
Girl, shut up. Pueblo.
No.
Who was the gentleman walking around behind you in the picture a while ago?
Ooh, 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 ooh. The judge is about to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, that's my friend.
Well, who is he?
His name's Dale.
Dale what?
Dale Whitman.
Dale Whitman? How do you spell that?
Child, she don't know. She's just in a man's house. She doesn't know what his name is for real. Carries. I don't know. I don't remember how you say her name, but girl, it's not looking good. The police done called you out. Ooh. There goes that hair again.
1 second.
Well, just have him come on up here.
She muted it. What is she telling him?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Can you put your face in the camera, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was on the video. I apologize for my appearance.
Okay. All right. Your name is Dale Whitman, is that right?
No shade. Okay. No shade towards Dale. But girl, what's going on in your life? How old is this man? What are you doing in his house? She's what, 24? This is not her daddy? Who is this?
That is incorrect. It's
Said the name wrong. I knew she didn't know his name. She doesn't know him for real. Oh, what happened?
A.M.
A.M. And how are you connected or related to this young lady?
I'm a friend, and I specifically met her friend, Erin, who was involved in the same case.
Who's Aaron? Is that her man? Is that her man? So he's friends with her friend named Aaron. Okay. Man, my name is Innocent. I ain't in it. That would be my answer.
Okay. And where do you live?
I live in Green Mountain Falls, Colorado.
And
Oh, it's over, Miss Green. Oh, I'm so sorry. Why did you say you're in Alaska if you're in Colorado? And the man is like, I'm not lying to this judge. I'm in Colorado. I guess the officer's information was very correct. Where did he say he was again?
Involved in the same case.
okay. And where do you live?
I live in Green Mountain Falls, Colorado.
Oh, it's over.
And you're at home right now?
I am.
What's your address?
My address.
Why did she do this? It's not like she was lying and saying, oh, yes, Your Honor, I'm in state. Remind me of what state this is again. So Arizona? I can't remember. Remind me what state this is that the judge is in. What state is the judge in? The judge is in Arizona or somewhere else? Kansas. Thank you, Kansas. The judge is in Kansas. The court is in Kansas. You got meth charges in Kansas. Okay? You're not lying that you're out of state. You're saying I'm out of state. Why are you saying you're in Alaska when you're in Colorado? I don't understand that. Whoop, whoop. That's the son of the police. I don't understand that. Why? They said because Colorado is next to Kansas, so it would be easier to come. So you don't intend to come back to court then? If you're next door in Colorado, right? And you don't want them to know that you're right there and they can come and get you. That means you don't intend to come back to court. That means you intend to cost your mom $7,500. That is so painful. Oh, listen, if you're watching this video right now and you are the parent, guardian, child who's in a parental relationship over their parent, you know what I'm talking about, and they have a drug problem, my heart is going out to you because I know how hard that is. I know it. This mother probably loves her child, wanted to give her a chance, gets her out of jail because jail is not a fun place to be. It's not a safe place to be. Gets her out of jail and she flees the state into Colorado and lies and says she's in Alaska because she's like, oh, Alaska's harder to get to. Okay? You have to go through Canada. If you want to go by land, you have to fly. If you want to go by air, you can't just walk across the border. So that's why she's lying. This is so hurtful. And who is this man? This is no shade to the man. The man is very honest with the court. So he seems like he's a decent person. But what is the relationship here? He says he's friends with the other person who's involved in the case. Let me not imply anything about him. It's oh, I'm worried.
New Green Mountain Falls, Colorado, 80819.
He said, you're not setting me up. I'm going to tell the court the truth. I like him.
All right, thank you, sir. You said, what was the name of the town in Colorado again? Green Mountain?
Green
Mountain.
Mountain Falls, very
Green
small
Mountain
town,
Falls.
population of about approximately 2,000.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Miss Green,
Yes.
you just lied to me.
Big time. She's lucky she wasn't under oath. That would have been perjury. Now, if it was me telling that lie to the court as an officer of the court, I'd be in big trouble because I take an oath to tell the truth to the court at all times. But you just lied to the court. And the judge was just going to continue the case. I feel like if she had said she was in Colorado, the judge wasn't going to hurt her. I guess that's why I'm so confused. I don't think the judge would have hurt her if she was just over the board in Colorado. She would have just had to turn herself into Colorado. So she wants to avoid court. She's trying to get, ma'am, it's just a meth charge. Okay? That doesn't mean you're not going to sit down and do some jail time. But honestly and truly, she's not charged with distribution. She's charged with just the possession and the use of. They know that you're an addict. Deal with it. Go through the pain now so that you can come out on the other side of it. This is terrible. Oh. Lied to the court for what?
You said you weren't in Colorado. Well, what'd you say, officer? New Mexico? But you told me you were in Alaska. Remember when this hearing started and you said you were in Alaska? Why'd you lie to me?
Why did you do that? Why? Why did you
You
lie?
realize you put me in a position where I can't trust anything you tell me now.
Yeah.
Tell me why you lied. What was the point of that?
Why?
I just don't. Because I forgot to tell the person I call into weekly that I decided to go back to Colorado before my court date. But
Okay.
I was thinking.
Okay. So her logic is because I didn't tell the person I call into that I went back to Colorado, maybe there's some history there. I lied and said I was instead in another place I shouldn't have been in, which is Alaska. That logic doesn't make sense to me, but that's the brain of addiction. You know, any of us who have dealt professionally or personally with people with addictions, that is the brain of addiction. It does something to you. It's not permanent. You can fix it. You can get better. You can turn it around. It's not hopeless. I hate when other people make people with addictions feel like they can't change it. Miss Green right here, as horrible and pathetic as the situation is, she can turn her life around. She's 24 years old. If she was 50, she could turn her life around. She can do it. She can do it. I mean this 100%. You know how I feel about drug addiction issues. You know how I feel about that. I'm more empathetic to the people that have the addiction issue, and I don't think it should be in the criminal courts. That's how I feel about it, right? She can turn this around, but she doesn't know that she's revealing her addiction every single day. She tells these ridiculous lies. That's the brain of addiction. Your brain lies to you, and you believe the lies that your brain tells you that you need this crap. And so you spew lies to other people, right? and you think that other people are going to accept this foolishness that you're telling them. It's just a complete foolishness. I feel so sorry for her, but I'm going to claim on her behalf. She's going to be okay. She's going to fix her situation. But right now she needs accountability because she's not there yet.
My mom was going to get me a plane ticket back to Alaska.
Your mom doesn't happen to be there, does she?
Huh?
Does your mom happen to be in the house with you there?
No.
Oh, no.
But you said you were with your mom. Big old liar.
But I can give you her information and stuff.
No, I've got some information on that bond that you're costing her.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I was ready to set aside your warrant, but then you lied and said you were in Alaska, and I find out you're in Colorado. And Under Sheriff, did you say you had information that she'd been in New Mexico?
No, I said Colorado, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh.
Initially it was Pueblo.
Oh, okay. Pueblo is what I was thinking of,
Pueblo, Colorado, not Pueblo somewhere else. Okay.
and that's not New Mexico. All right.
Oh, Miss
Does that change
Green.
anybody's recommendations since she flat lied?
She flat lied. Oh, this judge is very caring. I can see she didn't want to do this, but the young lady is giving the judge no options.
I think the warrant should stand, Your Honor.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Mm-mm. Miss
We're gonna leave
Green.
that warrant out for you.
Oh.
I'll leave your court date. You can still call back and find out who your attorney is, but if you're smart, you'll go down to your local sheriff and turn yourself in on your warrant.
Mhm. Turn herself in. She'll be held in jail. She'll be extradited to Kansas. I don't know why I want to say that this is Arizona. I don't know why I keep doing that, but she'll be extradited to Kansas from Colorado. And then she'll get another bond review. Her mother would have lost the $7,500. Poor mom. I know you guys are tough on parents who enable, and I shouldn't say enable because sometimes it is enabling and it's not in parentheses. I know you guys are tough on parents who enable by bonding kids out and stuff like that, or their children out. But sometimes there's so many circumstances, you don't know what led her to be in this situation, or, maybe that's the only way mom can show her love. You don't know. But either way, mom has lost the money now. $7,500 lost. And for what? For what? For a terrible lie that was easily disproven. See the judge? What a sweetie this judge is. Look at her face. Look at her face. She doesn't like doing this.
You can still call back and find out who your attorney is, but if you're smart, you'll go down to your local sheriff and turn yourself in on your warrant.
Oh.
Please, is there any way that you can just lift the warrant? I'm so
Well, I would have if you hadn't lied to me.
I'm so sorry.
But like I said, I can't believe anything you tell me now. I mean, you just sat there and looked at the camera and just flat lied.
I'm sorry. I'm just really been stressed out. My uncle, who was like my best friend, just passed away while I was in jail. That's why we were going out to Georgia, is because he passed away.
Where were you?
Why were you were in Georgia now? Oh, did you ask the court for permission to go to Georgia? She's just digging the hole. She's digging the hole.
You going?
To Savannah, Georgia.
Weren't you going the wrong direction from Kansas?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, how do you go from Kansas to Colorado and then say you're going down to Georgia? Oh, I was only going to my uncle's funeral. Just again, this is the brain of addiction, my friends. The brain of addiction. It makes you say all types of ridiculous things. Oh my goodness. I can't even, sometimes we, tease a bit here. We do, we do. It's honesty. I can't even do that here because she's so ridiculous and she doesn't have the capacity to know it. Oh, goodness gracious.
You were going to Savannah, Georgia, because your
Makes no
uncle just
sense.
passed. You were in Kansas, and you ended up in Colorado.
Makes no sense.
Is that
You
right?
know what? I was before I got arrested. I was going to Savannah, Georgia. I was just following the maps, like what the maps told me to go.
But you
Yeah.
ended up in Colorado. Those are
No,
opposite
this
directions.
was before I went back to Colorado, before I got out of jail.
Who's this?
Well, before I even got arrested, I was heading to Savannah, Georgia, because my uncle was on his deathbed.
But yet you're in this guy's kitchen who won't even stand up for you. Thankfully, he won't lie for you or anything like that. But why aren't you in Georgia then? What, you were on the run basically. What's stopping you from being in Georgia? None of that story makes sense.
It was really, we were pretty close. And
We were really pretty close. Oh, Miss Green, come on. Come on.
mom's last living family member, because my grandma and my aunt had passed away like a couple months before that. And so it's been really hard.
And your mom's in what state right now?
She's in Palmer, Alaska.
But she didn't go to Georgia to see her dying brother, who's her last living relative, but she's in Alaska. Those are like almost polar opposites. Oh, I just spat all over the mic. The Alaska to Georgia, almost. If you're not in the US, it's like the super north and super south. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense, ma'am. Miss Green, please.
And she came all the way to Kansas in September to post your cash bond. Is that right?
She was in Savannah, Georgia when I called her, praying, like seeing her brother in the hospital, dealing with that, and then she came to Kansas to bail me out.
So she was in Savannah, Georgia, dealing with her brother on death's door, passing away, and then she had to drop everything there and come to Kansas and put up $7,500 cash to get you out of jail. And then you failed to come to court for the day you made bond. And now you have lied.
See how the judge is laying it out? Even if I believe your ridiculous version of it, there might be some truth in there. Maybe uncle was sick. That don't have anything to do with what she's doing. She doesn't care about her uncle ultimately. She wants to get her drugs. That's what she's thinking about. That doesn't mean she's a bad person. It means she has an addiction. The drugs come first, right? But either way, even if we take your version of events, your mom lives in Alaska. She is dealing with her dying brother, her only living relative. And she puts up $7,500 to get you out of jail, and you fail to appear in court, take off and lie about where you are. How is that right? You know, the judge she's making some real points here. I like the judge.
Today and told me you were in Alaska when in fact you are in Colorado.
Yes, Judge.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you're accused of having possessed methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. Well, how in the world did Greenwood County end up having to deal with you? How did you end up here? You're on the way to Georgia and you got what, stopped for traffic?
Yeah, pulled over, I guess, for speeding. I believe that's what the original thing was for, and the person driving didn't stop. They just kept going.
Oh, that's the
Are you
guy.
related to the person driving?
No, it's her boyfriend, I bet.
Who were you with?
My ex-boyfriend,
Knew it.
Okay, what's his name?
Knew it.
Aaron Berg.
Aaron
Okay.
Berg, I think.
And this guy here whose house she's in, he's friends with Aaron. And he said, I'm friends with the co-defendant, Aaron. That's her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. He's driving the car. The police are trying to stop it. He doesn't want to pull over. Drugs in the car. Not an uncommon scenario at all. It's sadly common scenario.
I think he's on the docket too. And is that a tattoo or a scar, or what is that above your eyebrow there?
A tattoo.
It's a tattoo.
And what's it say?
Calypsia.
What does that
What
mean?
does that mean?
It's the delusion of seeing things more beautiful than they really are.
Wow. Wow, Miss Green. Wow. I need a second. I need a second. It's the delusion of seeing things for how they really are. Calypsia. There's irony in that. There is tragedy in that. There is comedy in that. There is sadness in that. I have a feeling about face tattoos. I'm almost 39, right? This year I'll be 39, I think. It's the older you get, the less you remember exactly how old you are. But I think I'll be 39 this year. And I am not a person who's against tattoos. In fact, I have tattoos. I like tattoos, right? I like them. But I have a feeling, unless you're a music artist, right? And even sometimes then, that getting a face tattoo is in a way kind of like giving up, right? And some of you, you could be a tattoo artist. There's certain people in certain realms, right? You're a tattoo artist. That makes sense. Certain people I can think of right now. You're a musical performer, right? You're a body modification performer or artist. Then getting facial tattoos, that makes sense because that's a part of the persona that allows you to make a living, right? You integrated that into your full life, right? That makes sense. And I think tattoos are beautiful. But if you're an everyday person who is not some type of musical artist, you need to get out there and get a job in the regular everyday world that the rest of us need to live in. Facial tattoos can be so limiting. It doesn't mean you won't have a good life. It can be so limiting. And unless you know for sure that you have a path to success or happiness, then it's almost like I'm giving up because it puts people off. There's really conservative people out there that are not going to want to hire you or deal with you or help you if you have a big thing across your eye. That means, the delusion of seeing reality for what it really is, or whatever it is that she said, right? So that there's something psychologically there that always makes me really, really sad, because I think of a lot of my clients are young Black men, a lot of them, right? And when I see them, a minority of them with facial tattoos, I'm like, oh, the deck's already kind of stacked against you. You come from a not so financially advantageous background, because if you're a young Black man but you come from some type of maybe educated parents or money or something like that, you'll maybe have an easier time. But you come from where you're going to have to try a little harder to get things. Doesn't mean you can't. You're going to try a little harder, but then you add additional stigma onto yourself by putting tattoos on your face. And you're not a rapper, you're not a body modification artist, you're not a tattoo artist. You're going out into the regular world, and now everyone is judging you. So with those clients, I'm always like, I'm so worried that you've given up on life and you're just saying, F it. This is all I can be. Now you guys can challenge me on this thought process, because this might be an outdated thought process, and I'm open to hearing how that could be the case. So I see this young woman, 24 years old, so much potential, but it seems like you've limited yourself. Are you a tattoo artist? I don't know. Are you a performer of some sort? I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't seem like that's what's going on. But you've limited yourself, and you put something on yourself that's indicative of a struggle within your mind. of seeing reality for what it really is or not seeing reality for what it really is. And then there's the addiction component. And so, sorry, I'm rambling, but I'm going to land this thought. I get so worried that she's acting in a way with the drugs, with the bad boyfriend, with the not showing up for court that indicates that she's given up on her life, right? How many other things could you be without the judgment of having that tattoo on your face? How many more things could you be if you get this case over with, turn a new leaf, go and finish your education, get into treatment? But it's like she's stopping herself over and over again and making all these bad decisions. It makes me so sad. I guess maybe this isn't the right tone that you guys are looking for with this video, but this makes me sad. I don't know.
Well, I was curious because I saw that, I think, in the same place on another girl earlier today. Do you know anybody else in this area that has that on?
No.
Okay. Well, how far are you from the nearest law enforcement office, if you know?
She doesn't know. She doesn't want to turn herself in.
45 minutes to an hour, maybe.
Do you
In
normally,
downtown Colorado Springs.
okay, and do you normally stay at this gentleman's house? Is this where you're staying right now? You're,
Just frequently, like,
well, where are you gonna be between now and your next court date?
here and or in Manitou Springs.
And who do you know in Manitou Springs?
Suzanne.
What's Suzanne's last name?
I don't know.
Family, friend,
She
acquaintance?
doesn't know anyone's last
Friend.
name.
Well, I'm gonna have you sit there for a little bit while I think about what I'm gonna do with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna take a recess from Miss Green's case. We're gonna take up Van Doty. Missy, could you put under Sheriff Cox and me in a breakout room and Miss Gillette?
She's about to tell him what to do. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm seeing your guys' comments and you're like, you're judgy, Natalie. I am. I'm being judgy. I'm recognizing that. I'm acknowledging that and telling you I want your feedback because I could be wrong. And it's a little like conflicting for me because I like tattoos. I'm a person with tattoos. I like to see tattoos on other people, but I get concerned that sometimes somebody said they work for the federal government and they have like face tattoos. I live in an area that is heavily inundated with federal government employees. I don't know a single one of them with a face tattoo, not a single one. So if you do, congratulations to you. I'm not hating on you. I'm not disbelieving you. That's great. And I think that whatever makes you happy should make you happy. But look at how many times the judge has been distracted by her face tattoo. I would never comment on a client's face tattoo, but I just worry. It's just a worry. It's not like I'm going to say I wouldn't hire somebody with a face tattoo if I don't hire people, but if I hired somebody, I wouldn't not hire somebody just because they had a face tattoo. Me personally, I just get worried how the world treats them. And maybe that's not the right thing to do, but I feel like you can insulate yourself. This is a whole different discussion. You can insulate yourself if you have the financial means to insulate yourself. But if you're already struggling financially, you're struggling with all these types of issues, and then you add a face tattoo on it, honestly, the people that could be there to help you or uplift you or give you opportunities, they can be closed-minded and not give you what you need because of this face tattoo. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into court with somebody and they have, that teardrop on their face or an anchor on their face. The jury is judging them. They are, just because it could be a beautifully sweet person and they're just being judged because they have a tattoo on their face. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just talking about, like, I feel like such a jerk for even saying this. I'm just talking about the reality of what I know the world to be. And so it concerns me You know, maybe in 10 years, this will be a totally outdated way of thinking. And somebody will accidentally stumble upon this video and like in the archives of like YouTube, which will no longer be an app in 10 years. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying, like, hypothetically speaking, but they find this somehow. And they're like, look at this weirdo 39-year-old, 38-year-old talking about face tattoos and how they're not acceptable. I'm not judging you, you know, like I think they're beautiful. I think tattoos are beautiful, but I worry with everything that she's struggling with that she added another stigma onto herself that she didn't need to add. That's all I'm trying to say. But I appreciate all of your feedback and I respect it in peace. I respect it.
Yes.
Thank you. Are you still with me, Miss Green? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And you told me, did you tell me you're gonna turn yourself in or not?
Oh, I mean, yeah. My friend wanted to, if it was okay, talk to the
The
court.
friend?
All right,
Oh, this judge is so nice.
Good afternoon again, Your Honor.
Some judges would be like, no, I said you're turning yourself in. And that's it. Nice judge. Nice lady.
yes, sir.
Again, I apologize for the way I look. I've been home here painting windows.
You're
I haven't heard all of the proceedings here, but I did hear the part, everything from the time I first spoke to you and after that.
fine.
And if it would help the court at all, I would be willing to guarantee that you would stay here for at least the next 3 or 4 days. I'm a renter. It's a large house, 8-bedroom house, so there's plenty of room for her. But when my landlord, who's out of town, if she okays it when she gets back, Miss Green could stay here for an even extended period of time. But I can't promise that right now. But I can promise the court that I can guarantee her whereabouts, at least for the near future.
Okay, so you live in an 8-bedroom house?
I do. I rent an 8-bedroom house, but I also do a lot of maintenance here. I'm painting the windows right now as part of my rent. It's a beautiful house, but it needs some work, and that's what I'm doing.
Where'd you say your address was?
He's saying it, but
Green Mountain Falls,
old
Colorado,
Squishy was good to
80819.
mute it
Okay, you
out.
lost me now. And is there any
Yeah,
kind,
that's the right thing to
so
do.
apparently there's not an apartment number to it if it's a house?
No apartment number.
Okay, Foster Avenue
Correct?
and the name again, I'm sorry, was it Green?
That's fine. Green Mountain Falls. It's a gorgeous town here, located just 15 miles west of Colorado Springs.
Excuse me, sir. Did you say
Did.
Oh, they get in that address. They're like, yes, thank you for that insight, sir. Can we please have your address one more time? Oh, it's not looking too good for her. Guy, this has been such a productive, again, I appreciate all of your insights. It's been such a productive discussion about the like face tattoo issue, which is like a minor issue compared to everything else that's going on. But I would like, some of you have been sharing like a cover up makeup for tattoos on faces. If you could, like, I don't know, I'll try to pin them or something. Put it in there one more time, because I had brought concealer to court for clients to cover up their tattoos, but it doesn't always work. You know, guys don't want to put makeup on, but I've done it because, you know, the case is too serious to have them sitting there with the tattoos on their face. So if anyone has any good suggestions for makeup to cover up tattoos, because I use them for my clients and it is very helpful, but I haven't found one that's really good yet, especially for darker skin. So please continue to share those in the comment section. I'm making notes.
okay?
Oh man, it's
Okay,
not
and what
good.
county are you in?
El Paso.
El Paso. And what is your connection to this young lady? She was kind of vague on that.
Yeah, there's no real clear connection, I guess. I first met her friend, the one who's also involved in this case. His name is Aaron, and met Miss Green through that, and just kind of befriended them a little bit, and would talk to them and see them around town from time to time and things like that. And that's about the entire connection. It hasn't gone on very long, but it's been, I feel I know her well enough that I could guarantee the court of her whereabouts. And if there's any problem, you can bet I'll contact you, because I'm not going to jeopardize my freedom or or anything else by.
Well, they're in.
Well, did you hear us
In
talking?
real life, they're in another state. They can't do anything to this man. He's not in their jurisdiction, but they can do something to her because she has a warrant in their state.
About how her mother had posted a $7,500 cash bond and she skipped out on that.
Right.
I did.
So her mom's gonna lose 7,500, but
So
you're still
sad.
feeling confident enough you can keep her around?
I think I can, Your Honor. And if I can't, you'll be the first one I call.
Yeah. I
And you
don't
know that she's looking at some,
Again, no shade to this gentleman here, but just given the age differential and the unclear ties, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about even this association. I don't even want to call it a relationship, association here. What's the incentive for her to be in his house? The danger that addiction puts you in. Sorry, I don't mean anything negative towards this man. He seems like a very honest person with the judge. I'm worried. I'm worried she's putting herself in danger. What are the expectations? Nobody lives anywhere for free.
she's
I'm
looking at
worried.
some serious charges here.
Yes, I understand. But
Okay.
to be honest, I don't see how that affects
Yeah.
me in any way, as long as
Well, if
whatever
she's,
I tell you I do.
but if she's staying in your house and she's possessing felony drugs,
Mm.
Not gonna happen. I can guarantee you she will not possess felony drug in my house. I can guarantee
Baby, she's high right now.
you that.
and is her co-defendant staying with you out there as well?
No, ma'am.
No. But he's friends with the co-defendant. That's her connection to him. But the co-defendant is not there. Super sus.
Bible.
What?
Oh,
What'd you say?
my dog is barking at somebody outside, but
So you have a dog with you there in Colorado also?
yeah, he's my little Chiweenie.
Okay.
He's a-
Oh man. She's still not taking it seriously. He's my little Chiweenie. You're not going to get out of this by being cute. You're past at 24, that's not old. I'm just saying you're past that age now where these type of antics are cute. It's not cute anymore. This is not your mom. You can't get out of your trouble by invoking your childhood sweetness. Girl, it's a problem. It's a problem. Oh, the poor judge. What a sweet judge.
And what kind of work do you do, sir?
I retired, ma'am. Previously, I had a business called I sold technology for the wide terminology anyhow, to the public sector, state, local, federal agencies, things like that.
And if I tell you to drive her to the local sheriff, would you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Retired, living.
Well, I thought I had it figured out what I was gonna do with her. Give me a few more minutes. Let me
Yes,
take
ma'am.
out this Reynolds so she doesn't have to keep working.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, let me check back in with Karis Green. Miss Green, are you still there?
yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, Miss Green, what's going on with you? You've
You
changed
know.
locations.
Huh?
You've changed locations. You're outside now. We're back on the record in 2022. CR 136, State versus Karis Green. Parties appearing as
Karis.
before. Where are you now? You look like you've gone outside.
Oh, I'm just on the balcony.
Okay,
Yeah. His nice house.
okay.
Of his nice
All right,
house.
I've given you a court date. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, November 18th
You must be here November 18th. At what time?
at 1:30.
1:30. Missy, is that what you show?
You wanna
11:18 at 1:30, yes.
Okay. You've got an attorney? Or you're gonna
I
call
do not.
Friday? You're gonna call Friday and find out who it is?
I am, yes, ma'am.
And then,
I just want to say that normally it does not take this long to get someone their court date and let them know when they're showing up if the judge is going to recall the bench warrant, which the judge has the power to do. It doesn't take this long.
we've got a bond, hearing for motion for judgment on bond, Ms. Gillette, is that right?
Yes, it's on November 18th.
Is it at 1:30 also?
It's at 1 just before that.
Okay,
One,
let's
okay.
It was
put her,
certified mailed to her last known address where her mom lives.
at least where she said her mom lived.
She'll forward it to me here in Greenwood County. When she
Okay,
was,
let's just put her at 1 o'clock instead of putting her on both 1 and 1:30.
Okay.
And,
Can we just do it 1:30 since we have a docket?
okay, we'll just do it at 1:30. And I'm going to leave her bond active, or her warrant active.
you're gonna leave my one. Is there any way you could quash it? Ma'am, I am.
You heard homeboy in the background. He's the one that instructed her on the word quash it. Quash it. Yeah, quash it. Sir, stay out of it.
I know I messed up.
Don't use,
I quash it. Ma'am, I am. I know I messed up.
don't use that language in court, that's
I'm
contempt.
sorry.
Oh my God. Miss Green, please. I still don't think she gets it.
I'm so sorry. I know I messed up big time. And
She doesn't.
I really apologize for lying to you in your court.
Oh, man.
That was really not
Boom.
a good idea.
I don't think you've ever told me yet why you actually lied and said you were in Alaska right now. You want to try again?
Tell her the entire truth and let her know that we're here right now.
That's the co-defendant. And the guy whose house it is lied and said he wasn't there. I told you guys, I didn't get the right feeling from him. He gave me the creeps. You listen, that is not the guy that was on the camera before. The guy saying quash it, who knows all about the court terms, and the guy saying that tell her we'll show up, we're both here. That's not the guy whose house it is.
Right now.
Listen.
You want to try again?
Listen.
Tell her the entire truth and let her know that we're here right now.
Tell her the entire truth and let her know that we are here right now. That's her co-defendant. The guy who ran from the police. The guy who is the reason they were stopped by the police. And the guy whose house it is was like, no, Aaron is not, that's Aaron. Aaron is not here. Pissing on our legs and telling us it's raining.
I just thought maybe I would get in trouble because I hadn't told you guys that I went back to Colorado.
Okay.
And
Whose voice was that I just heard?
that is Marshall
Who's Marshall?
Goings.
Law enforcement is on.
All right. Are you there for her on her warrant?
All that talking. The judge doesn't need all those explanations. Was holding her there so she didn't run so the police could get there. Look at the satisfaction in everyone's face except for this nice lady right here at the jail.
And
Whose voice was that I just heard?
that is Marshall
Who's Marshall?
Goings.
Not Marshall as in a first name, Marshall as in an official title. A marshal.
Law enforcement is on.
All right. Are you there for her on her warrant, Marshall? All
I
right.
am.
But
And again, why didn't you tell me you had a marshal there to take you into custody?
I was getting to that. I was.
All right. Okay, well, you're going with him now then. We're gonna quit playing games and
I wasn't trying to play games with you, miss. And
I was getting to that.
really apologize for lying to you in your court. It wasn't right. I just
Oh, with the
trying to do the
officer.
right,
You've
right
taken
thing.
enough, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off there. You've taken enough time of the officer. How long's he been there?
Just took like 5 minutes.
All right, well, you
Trying
go
to
with
hide
him.
it.
You go with,
That's the drug brain trying to hide it, the brain of addiction, because she thinks she can convince the judge to turn around and say, okay, I'll lift the warrant and then the marshal will magically go away. It doesn't work like that. The judge sent them there. The sheriff sent them there. They want you to be arrested.
with him. All right, thank you.
What's my bail at?
Well, he can tell you when he gets you down there and looks at your warrant. You better call your mom and tell her you cost her $7,500 on her bond.
Mm-mm.
And we'll be in recess at this time. Thank you, officer.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry, but. All right.
They tried to get her to wait. Get him to wait. Man, oh man, oh man. Listen, YouTube. That's not an uncommon scenario. Addiction is tough, whether it's methamphetamine, whether it's in my area, the bad drug is PCP. Whether it's crack in other areas, it's drugs, heroin in other areas. The worst drug in your area is regional, right? Like whatever the worst drug is, it's regional. And for her, it's meth. And a lot of her excuses and the things that she was saying, that was coming out of her having a sickness, an illness, a disease. I really do believe that addiction is a disease. Not everyone agrees with that, but I think so. And unfortunately, currently, we deal with that disease in the criminal justice system. I think it should be more in a treatment model, unless you have like weapons attached to it or something, or some indication the person is selling. I am really concerned for Miss Green's safety. I'm concerned for her well-being. And while I don't think that people can necessarily always get clean in jail, because drugs are in jails, they are there, I think that it's at least an opportunity for her to step away from her environment and have the possibility to get better. And hopefully she can get into a treatment program and she can be better. I am so, so hopeful for this young lady's future. But that was sad. That was sad to watch her scramble and lie to the court and just dig the hole deeper and deeper and deeper. Someone said fentanyl in Ohio. I know fentanyl was a big thing in Western Maryland when, that kind of took over from heroin. It was getting mixed in with the heroin. PCP is really strange to me that in my county and the DC area, that is the drug of choice. I know at one point in Baltimore, heroin was the drug of choice. When I lived in New York, crack cocaine was the drug of choice. It just depends on where you are. You get more rural places, opiates are more of the drug of choice. And they all have differing side effects that can really affect people. And I really do wish that we treated addiction like a health crisis. I really, really do. But right now it's in the criminal justice system, and you have to follow the court's orders. Whether I agree with treating drug addiction in criminal courts, which I don't, you still have to follow the court's order. And Ms. Green did not do that here. It's really, really sad, but that's just where we're at. And I hope she gets better. I do. Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. The KKF 1015 says, thank you for the super chat. Madam, if you said the sun was shining, I'd still go outside and check. Yeah, she just told a lot of fibs, a lot of fibs. Abby loves sunshine. That's funny that you guys were back to back like that. Thank you for the comment. You ain't cute. You can't cute your way out of this. And that's exactly right. I think she's used to turning on her charms and being able to get out of things. And Miss Green, the older you get, the more you're going to realize that that's going to work less and less and less, especially if you stay on that meth. That meth will eat you right on up. We got up to 1,400 people during this live stream, a little over 1,400 for a Friday night off the cuff. Listen, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you for making it this long. If you're on your way out of the stream, make sure that you like the video on your way out of the stream. I really appreciate all of you. Shalias Shayla's Darkly. Thank you very much for the super chat. There was a 2-for-1 sale on time and Judge Webster was buying it. Equality. Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. I recall you and EDB talking about dressing for court as female attorneys, probably for the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. That is a good but controversial topic. Absolutely. Listen, I can try to be I am a woman that is, I would say, full figured is a good way to put it, right? I got stuff upstairs and downstairs, and I have no control over that. That's just how I am proportioned. I have no control over it, right? And so I could be wearing the most conservative suit, but somebody might take issue because that's just how I'm built. I have no choice in that situation. And that's the case for a lot of women. And so we can try to be as conservative as we want to be. People can take issue with it. And there's a certain level where I'm like, I hate people being judged by their appearance. I wish everyone could dress exactly how they want and be accepted for what's in their brain and not what's tattooed on their face or colored in their hair. I've been one to have some, hair colors like blue and pink and stuff like that, or the way that they're dressed. I wish that we could just look at people's intelligence and know-how and the content of their character. But I just get so concerned that people don't, and I'm afraid of people being discriminated against for something that is as simple to not do as to get a face tattoo. And so it's a little bit of like playing into the system and also wanting to give young people the opportunity to navigate the system so that they can succeed, and so it's a conflict for me mentally. And the same thing goes with how women dress in court, because even here on YouTube, I've had people be like, oh, that top is inappropriate or whatever. And it's just like, it is what it is. You can't control everyone's picadillos, but what you can control is, let me put it to you this way. You own your own business. Can't nobody tell you whether or not you can tattoo your face, right? But you have to put yourself in a position to do that. You have to get your stuff together. And she doesn't have her stuff together. And then she has that tattoo on her face. I'm just concerned that she'll be cut off from opportunities that she could otherwise have. Again, I love your guys' thoughts on this. And your comments are giving me a lot of thoughts. Thank you. Thank you again, Shayla's Darkly. Thank you for the super chat. In 10 years, we won't be watching it. That's YouTube. We'll just be getting brain tubes sent to our minds via neural link. Oh, that's so scary. That's so Black Mirror. Black Mirror is back, guys. It's back. And I just watched the most recent season, episode 1. I think Joan is Awful or something like that it's called. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So, and it was dark, but good in a way. So I really liked it. I highly suggest the next season of Black Mirror if you're into that. Clueless Closey, thank you for the comment. Natalie, other than people who get face tattoos because of cultural significance, I tagged this because I thought this was important to point out. Maori, face tattoos, for example, I tend to lean with your point of view. And I thank you for that. But I wanted to point out that, yes, there are cultural facial tattoos where it's like, God, I would hope that like if you see someone's like a indigenous person from New Zealand or Samoan or from Australia, like I don't know if Aboriginal is the right word anymore, but like that's the word I was taught was Aboriginal, and maybe a part of they're from like somewhere in Western Africa and they do like the cuttings on the face. I would hope that you would recognize that that's someone's cultural practice and respect it and not judge them negatively because of it. And I do think that should be an exception. I would like for the rule to change, but it has not changed yet. And so, but I would still hope that even for the most conservative person, that somebody would recognize, oh, this person has a cultural tattoo on their face. Man, but it even makes me think, like, if you're like a part of like hip hop culture and you get a face tattoo, is that not a cultural tattoo? It really gives me a lot of thought. You guys are really making me think. You're making me think. Doc H, thank you for the super chat. Been playing your vids. Oh, thanks. Now my fam asks if I want to go to law school. After all, I low-key do. Thanks for reminding me. I never let it go. Go do it. And I don't know how old you are, but I think mature law students make some of the best law students. I think you should do it. Samantha Arnold, thank you for the super chat. She was traveling from Alaska to Georgia when she got arrested in Kansas. Uncle died while she was in jail. That is sad. Thank you for that perspective, Samantha Arnold. Thank you so much. That's really, really sad. That's really sad. Gamzi Yilmaz or Gums Yilmaz, welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets. And there's a part 2 of Miss Green from 8 days ago. We'll cover that in a different video, so we'll get to a part 2. Thank you, Moonshine35. Hello, Subatheta Chit. Thank you for the bot 100. Thank you very much. The Thai bot. Isn't the fact that she might be on drugs at this moment be a considering factor? I feel like the addiction can be supported here and she can get help. Sad. Yeah, I feel like right now she was maybe struggling with either being on something or coming down from something. And I feel like that should be a factor that's considered. That's a good point. Thank you, Samantha Arnold, who says, Alaska is her home state. She was traveling. She was arrested when her mom put up bond. She was supposed to be in Alaska. So that's why she's saying she's in Alaska, because that's where she's supposed to be. Thank you. You get catch, Cheris, says Moonshine35 with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. She was caught. Yes, she was. Frida B, thank you for the super chat. Love the channel. Nanny Lawyer Chick, you rock. Thank you. You're so kind. And in case you guys didn't see it, Cora Savage gave us a very generous super chat, which I read at the top of the stream. Lynn2574 says she caught us live. Hope we're doing well. Thank you so much. Tiffany Britt gave us a $5 super chat, but I don't see a message with it, but thank you for the super chat. Mama J911 is a new member. Welcome to Lawyer Chicklets. Spencer Salvaza, welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets. We have a super chat from Piece of the Puzzle that we read earlier today. Sweet LD has given us love from Baltimore. Thank you so much. The Last Rose of Summer, thank you for the super chat, which we read earlier today. And Princess Jones gave us a super chat a membership, and welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets, before we even started this stream. Thank you so much. Stephen Delavo, thank you so much for the super chat. And I've been seeing you on Instagram. Hello, my friend. I just want to support. Thanks for making my Friday a little better. Thank you. Thank you. Cindy Miles says you were awesome. I appreciate that, Cindy Miles. Thank you for the super chat. And I think that does it for our super chats, notable comments, and new members. Thank you all so much for joining us. I appreciate you. Let me just read this one comment. Vegetarian T-Rex before we go. Many people get tattoos because they think it's offensive and self-defining. Contrary, some people get them to try and fit in, but some people want to be appreciated by people who have them already. Good point, because people, see, so the thing, I haven't gotten a tattoo in a long time. It's been a long time. But when I got tattoos at the time, I still see them as body art, as beautiful art. That's how I see them. And so that's what I got them for. They were something that was significant to me at the time. And I'll probably get some more one day, but it's been so long, but I'll probably get some more. But it's a good point that people that have tattoos are a community, especially visible tattoos. Maybe want to be accepted within the community of people that have tattoos, and they're not worried about mainstream society. And there's nothing wrong with pointing that out. But unfortunately, when you bump into mainstream society, like in court, someone's going to comment, someone's going to say something, someone's going to have an issue. Connie Fell, thank you very much for the $99.99 ZAR. What is that? What's ZAR? Hold on. ZAR. What is ZAR currency? And that is South African Rand. Okay, hello. Cheris has a whole playlist on OSG. That's Old Squishy Garden. A video from 8 days ago is the 6th or 7th vid. Oh, poor thing. We'll cover the next video and we'll make that a part 2. Awesome. Yes, and the tattoo community is lovely, like someone said. Nicest people I've ever met were tattoo artists. Really, it was two different guys that did my two different tattoos. They're pretty substantial pieces. I want you guys to understand this, and I'm talking about this from the perspective of someone who has tattoos and likes them very, very much. I don't see them in a negative way personally. I guess, anticipating other people seeing people with visible tattoos in a negative way, and if you're not insulated, from that by wealth or status, then I'm concerned that you being at the mercy of someone who sees your tattoos negatively. But both of my tattoo artists were lovely people. My ex-boyfriend, who I was with in college and a bit after college, he was very much into tattoos. He had a lot. He's not dead. He has a lot of tattoos. And so I met a lot of tattoo artists through him. And just the nicest people, men and women, just the nicest people you would ever meet. And just I knew one guy that had his whole eye tattoo. One of his whole eye was just blue ink. Nicest person you ever met. Would take the shirt off his back and give it to you if needed. But people judged him, So I guess that's what my concern is. If you're not in a position of power where you can be the master of your own destiny, and if other people are in control over you, and a judge is in control of you, a probation agent is in control of you, a boss is in control of you, I'm just worried about you being marginalized. And so I guess I kind of feel like until you're in a position where you call the shots, just be careful. Yeah, maybe it's not that they gave up. It's just that you're not anticipating that. Right now, you don't call the shots. And so, yeah. All right, my friends. No, like not blue eyeshadow, like the eyeball. His whole eyeball, it was blue, was a deep, inky blue. I'm not lying. It was different, but he was a nice guy. He is a nice guy. Very, very nice. All right, guys. Love to all of you. Had a beautiful weekend. Check me out tomorrow at 7 p.m., I think, or 7:30 p.m. EST. I'll be on Runkle of the Bailey, Ian Runkle of the Bailey, here on YouTube, and we'll be having a nice discussion about ballistics experts. And Sunday, we're going to maybe do a rundown of the YNW Melly trial, but I'll be honest with you, I've been on Long Crime doing some coverage of that. I'd like to cover something else. If you guys have another suggestion for Sunday, let me know. I'm going to go have dinner with my husband, like someone suggested. I'm going to go change my clothes, let my puppy out, have dinner with my husband, get a little bit cuter. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.